cosmetic changes can make a big impact when updating the look of your home.
My name is April Mondelli and I am the owner of April Elizabeth Designs. I really love designing homes for families. I love designing for kids and seeing them get excited when they see their new space. I like designing for families that have pets and live the same type of lifestyle that I live.
Designer April Mondelli gave this home a high-end look within her client's budget.
South Florida is color, texture, lifestyle. It's a vibrant collage of different cultures blended in different ways. This collage is where I work. I'm home decor expert Martin Amado. Let me help you design your lifestyle. Join me as we experience SoFlo Home Project.
Welcome to SoFlo Home Project. This home behind me has gone through an extensive renovation. But what's unique about this remodel is that some of the most dramatic updates were not that costly. Designer April Mondelli from April Elizabeth Designs will show us how she transformed the interior and exterior spaces to give it a high-end look for much less.
My clients were deciding whether to stay in their home or to sell it and find a home that was more conducive to their lifestyle. So I worked with them to basically decide where best to put their money, where to update and where to spend. We were able to really tackle most of the projects that they had in mind, if not all of the projects that they had in mind. So at this point, they're pretty happy and they're planning to stay.
The spacious 3,600 square foot home has 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, a playroom, and powder room. The living spaces are located on the first floor, where a spiral staircase leads to the sleeping quarters on the second level. April, welcome to SoFlo Home Project.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Finally, we get you on the show. We've been following each other on Instagram, and now here we are today. So let's talk about the complete remodel, because I love your philosophy. You believe that it's not really how much you spend on a remodel, and it doesn't have to cost so much money. It's really how you spend the budget wisely, correct?
Right.
So really, with this renovation, you started with the exterior and the home's curb appeal.
Right. Obviously, as you know, what the house has on the outside reflects the inside.
Absolutely.
So this is a very typical Spanish Mediterranean style home. The color that was on it before was like a deep salmon color, which really did not highlight the architectural features the way it should be. So by changing the color to more of a classic, this is actually a very classic Mediterranean color scheme.
Right.
So we used a white, a little bit of an off-white with a dark contrast.
It's beautiful.
So the architectural features now really pop, whereas before they were kind of hidden and masked by the dark salmon color.
Right. So aside from the new paint color scheme, which looks already more modern, more updated, what else did you do to the outside?
So for the exterior, one thing is we changed all the light fixtures.
Okay.
Like you can see here by the front door, we have the more modern squared linear shape with the Edison bulbs.
Right.
So that was one thing that we did that really changed the home. We worked on the landscape a little bit. You can see that even the color of the mulch ties into the dark features of the home. We added some flowers. We updated the driveway. So we did not change the roof because that's more of a big expense. Right. So to tie in the color of the roof, the pavers really work with the roof.
So once again, it just proves that with cosmetic changes, you can get a complete update and a new look without having to physically remodel the exterior, knock down walls and new roofing and what have you, right?
Right.
So the outside looks amazing. I can't wait to go inside and see the rest of your work.
Okay, great.
Come on, let's go. When you open the front door, a stylish foyer welcomes you into the home. Wow, this is gorgeous. So on the outside, we saw how you used paint, landscaping, new light fixtures. It made a big difference on the home's curb appeal. And now we're entering a small foyer. However, even in a small space like this, you can really make a dramatic impact.
Right. So I wanted to use a texture. My client loves wallpaper. So here we used a texture. It's pretty simple. It kind of blends with the paint, but it really gives you the pop when you first enter the house. It's very subtle.
So now, with regards to the foyer, you added the wallpaper. Let's talk about the staircase, because even though I guess the finishes are the same in terms of the railing and the banisters, you did update the look of it.
Another way that I update homes a lot, other than paint, is stain. When you have wood that is maybe like a older color, as far as trends, maybe that cinnamony color or a lighter wood, if you deepen it, enrichen it, that just adds a whole update to your home.
And I love it because it does tie in with the accent color that you used outside.
Right.
Now, when choosing a light fixture, especially for the ceiling height that we have here, the scale is of the utmost importance, correct?
Right, exactly. You know, I've seen 24-inch diameters. That's definitely too small. You want to probably go at least 48 inches or more because you want to get the size from wherever you are. You're not always going to be standing right under it. You might be completely across the house and you still see it. You want it to fill up the space.
Right.
So definitely bigger is better.
Right. I love it. I love it. So again, this is a beautiful space. I can already see the rest of your beautiful work that we'll be exploring throughout the day. So I can't wait to see more spaces.
Thank you.
Coming up on SoFlo Home Project, we show you how reupholstering and smart technology play a starring role in updating the spaces.
I'm Amado with Florida Home Improvement Associates, and we're going to speak with someone with 25 years of contracting experience to learn why he decided to change out his windows on today's SoFlo Home Project.
Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. Today we are touring the beautiful work of April Mondelli from April Elizabeth Designs. So we already saw the home's curb appeal, we saw the foyer, and now we are transitioning into, I guess, what can be considered the more formal living room?
Yes, I would call this the living room.
The foyer opens up into the formal living room, where April was able to make her client's existing furniture work in the redesign.
In here, my client did already have some really nice pieces of furniture that she liked the arrangement, she liked the layout, she liked the way the furniture felt. So we just did a facelift, we recovered them. For example, this chair here, what I did was I used this cork looking fabric. That's really kind of like a new trend, cork for walls. We have cork fabric.
When do you choose to reupholster? When do you choose to buy a brand new piece?
We decide when to reupholster based on the cost of the furniture and the condition of the furniture. If it's an expensive piece, it might be worth it to buy fabric and reupholster. If it's still in really good condition, it doesn't always make sense to get rid of something.
Now behind us, of course, you see these gorgeous, beautiful windows. They were already here before, but I love how the pop of the almost like a dark charcoal gray or brown really ties in with the new color scheme inside. And of course, another person that knows a lot about windows and doors and so much more is our own expert on the show, Tak Renata. So let's see what projects he has for us today from Florida Home Improvement Associates.
So guys, when we originally met, you discussed all the different projects you had done to the home and your experiences of remodeling the kitchen and your background as being a contractor for over 25 years. So you recognized how important the installation is to the process. Since we've started the project and replacing a few of the windows, what have you noticed different about the installation that you're really happy about?
The cleanliness, putting the zip barrier and things up, the quality of the installation. It looks 100% professional. This is one of the best jobs I've ever seen.
The representative, he was phenomenal. He answered every single question either one of us can throw at him, and especially when the detail he went into with the wind mitigation report and the difference of how the construction of the windows would be, depending on what the needs were for this home. That was truly a step beyond what anybody else had even mentioned to us.
We're not coming to your home to judge you or tell you how to do it. We just love the position to be in to help you explain all the different process, the different codes, and a lot of folks don't have your construction background. So most people's perception of code is if I got a permit and it's up to code, it's done the best way. Well, actually, it's the minimum way. There's other ways that you can do things.
When I saw what the minimum code requirement was, it's not much better than the windshield on your car.
Right.
And for my safety, I want more.
Okay.
So originally it was, are we going to change it to the accordion shutters or upgrade the windows? And we felt that doing the windows overall was a better investment for us financially and safety-wise.
You put shutters up, you're in a black hole. With the windows, at least you have natural light during the day. If you lose power,
Right.
you don't have to worry about anything.
Really want to thank you guys again for giving us the opportunity to protect this beautiful home and your family. We really appreciate that. I know the installation's going well so far, but we still have work to do. So let's make sure we're really happy with how everything turns out.
You guys, you're more than welcome, and I can't wait to see the finished product.
The windows look great. Can't wait to see how everything finishes up. Back to you, Martin.
Thank you, Tak. Great information as always. So April, Let's talk about that powder room because it is an experience unto itself as soon as you walk in.
Right. So the powder room was designed completely around my client's cream-colored smart toilet. So
I love that word, by the way. It's a smart toilet.
It's a smart toilet. It opens when you enter the room. It does everything on its own. So we selected the finishes to combine the colors that are found in the living room, the home outside of the powder, now working with the cream color of the toilet. So
it's a beautiful space.
if you want to not break your budget, you can do what we did in this powder bath here. We bought an in-stock vanity and I went to a stone yard and I picked out a remnant of a super expensive quartz. Usually if you buy a remnant piece, which means it's left over from somebody else's job, it's a leftover piece they have, they'll sell it to you really for just the labor. So we got the quartz basically for free and just paid for the labor.
So again, it's a beautiful space and I can't wait to see more because I know, especially with the kitchen, that is literally a night and day difference, right?
Definitely.
And we're gonna see that as soon as we come back. Coming up on SoFlo Home Project, April shows us how to create a gorgeous modern kitchen on a budget. Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. We continue our tour of this complete home remodel in Parkland, done by April Mondelli from April Elizabeth Designs. This family wanted a comfortable space to hang out and share meals. This open concept family room / kitchen offers space to do just that. We all know the kitchen is the heart of the home, and this went through a major transformation as well.
Before, this kitchen was a cinnamon colored wood cabinet. The countertops were a dark brown granite, which was very popular at the time. So it was actually one of the things that made them consider selling the home was that they did not like the kitchen that much. So I convinced her to let me give it a makeover, which we've done, and she now loves it.
It's a gorgeous space. The layout stayed the same pretty much, right?
Right. The kitchen is the same layout. We did not switch out any of the appliances. We did not move electrical. You can really save if you keep your appliances where they're already located. We can repaint cabinets if they're in good shape, number one, and if the style works with the style of the home. So the cabinet style itself also is a nice clean style. You know, we don't have the arches or kind of that Mediterranean look with the cabinetry. We had a clean style, so we were able to paint the cabinets. We switched out all of the hardware, which were actually brushed nickel beforehand. So we switched them to a nice longer handle in a polished nickel to add more shine. And the longer shape really adds more of a modern touch rather than the smaller brushed nickel handles they had before.
And then of course, beautiful brand new countertops.
Right, so we used a marble quartz. It's a classic look that really never goes out of style. Quartz rather than marble because it's more durable when you have kids. I really don't like to ever use marble in the kitchen because you spill red wine on it, you kind of have to run and clean it up immediately. If you spill it on this, you're completely fine. You forget about it for a few hours, you're completely fine. So one of the details we added that I really love is the metal in the hood. So we added the little metal detail, which kind of mimics a really high-end hood. So if you bought a hood that was custom like that with the metal detail, you'd be spending thousands of dollars.
Creates a beautiful focal point.
Right.
So again, the kitchen was great to begin with, but you've shown us how with cosmetic updates, we achieved a complete new look without having to start from scratch, which is what I love, because when you hire an interior designer, she can tell you how to spend your budget wisely.
Correct.
Okay, so we're gonna see so much more, especially with the family room, because again, it's a continuation of this area, and that also went through its own facelift, if you will, right?
Right, exactly.
Let's go check it out. So April, this is the perfect space for entertaining. The family can gather here in the center. We have this gorgeous bar area. So describe the before.
So before, my clients had a very traditional built-in in the center here. It was a dark espresso. So we wanted to create something that was more modern. So we bought this beautiful credenza media unit and created this focal wall around it using a patterned cork and framing it with a wood panel.
I also love the scale of the sectional. I mean, it's quite big, but I think because it's the lines are very clean,
Right.
it also keeps it very modern.
Right, exactly. It actually works for the size of the room. You have to really keep that in mind when you're picking a sectional. I know a lot of people just go and buy one without measuring the space.
Now, this was already here before, the coffered ceilings, which I love, but even with paint, you were able to highlight those more?
Right, exactly. So by using a shade darker than what's on the walls, the white coffer really pops and stands out in the design.
And then this was also painted. It was a different color.
Right, so the bar cabinetry was matching to the media unit built in before. So we took a color that's found in this countertop and pulled it out in the paint color. So again, my clients were considering maybe ripping out this top altogether, but by changing out the color of the cabinet, now it just gave it a whole new look and they actually really love it.
And you save them a lot of money as well.
Right.
But it's a perfect height because it is a multifunctional surface, so the entire family can use it.
So the children can sit here also with their friends and, you know, do their activities and whatever they're doing. So it's multi-purpose, one thing in the day, one thing at night,
I love
which
it.
I also like.
And speaking of children, this family has 3.
Right.
And you also redid their rooms.
Right.
And especially in kids' rooms, it's all about really expressing their personality through design.
Exactly.
So we're gonna see those spaces on the second level, of course, as soon as we come back. Next on SoFlo Home Project, we explore 3 unique and stylish bedrooms on the second level. Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. We are now upstairs exploring some special spaces created for your client's daughters, right?
Correct.
On the second level, April remodeled 3 bedrooms and bathrooms for her client's daughters, each with a very unique personality.
This is the 9-year-old's bedroom.
So let me guess, she loves a very Hollywood glam style, right?
Right, so she's 9, so she still loves pink and she likes sparkle. So we kind of created the room that was able to grow with her. So we used a really sophisticated pattern on the wall, a sophisticated wallpaper, bedding that can kind of go either way. So really with just changing the paint color down the line, you have a more mature bedroom.
Absolutely. And I love the feature wall that you created because, I mean, yes, you can achieve that with maybe like a darker contrasting paint color. In this
Right.
case, you use different materials
Right.
and you also added more architectural detail with the molding too.
I love actually designing with moldings. You can create so many patterns with moldings and it's not very expensive.
Yeah, it's such a great detail, again, for not too much money or time for that matter. I mean,
Right.
something like this is probably doable within a
This was like a few hours time.
few hours, okay. And then I also love what you did with the doors behind me because it's custom doors, if you will,
Right.
modified.
Right, so we did add the mirror in the doors for her, so when she gets dressed in the morning, she can see how she looks for school. It also opens up the space even more, and being that it's glam, even more sparkle.
I know one of the daughters wanted black in her bedroom,
Right.
and you did it in a
so
very sophisticated way.
With the middle daughter, she's a little more spunky. She wanted a black ceiling, so to keep it sophisticated and something that her parents could also live with, we decided to do a black damask wallpaper rather than a black ceiling.
And then everything else around it is more neutral
Right,
with the
so
whites.
we have white furniture, we have, again, another glammy sister, so we have a crystal chandelier. We brought in a lot of sparkle because when you're using black, you want to balance it with lighter colors and sparkle.
Now let's talk about the third bedroom.
The last bedroom is the oldest daughter's bedroom. So the oldest sister really wanted marble. So I found this really beautiful marble looking wallpaper. Her marble accent wall is very sophisticated.
And then of course there you have the more elegant, refined upholstered headboard.
Right.
I love the height as well. I think it's the tallest of all 3 bedrooms, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit taller. So again, adds more accent to the space. Even though it doesn't compete with the wall, it just brings more drama and more height. So
Well, it's again, it's beautiful spaces and I'm sure your clients are ecstatic, right?
I think so.
And you were saying that you saved them so much money with mainly cosmetic fixes that they had enough money at that point to put in
A pool.
a pool.
Yes, so instead of deciding between a new kitchen and a pool, we were able to do both, which is really nice.
I love it, because in that case, you really are reinvesting in the home.
Right.
So if they do decide to sell in the future, obviously they're gonna get their money back because they spent their money wisely
Right, exactly.
by working with a professional interior designer like April Mondelli.
I really loved working with this family. It made me really happy to see them accomplish everything they wanted to accomplish, and the house literally looks like night and day difference, and we did that in their budget.
April, thank you again for being on SoFlo Home Project.
Thank you so much, I appreciate it.
You're very welcome. To all the viewers at home, we thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next weekend right here on SoFlo Home Project, only on Local 10. If you missed any part of this home tour or you're looking for more design inspiration, check out previous episodes online at SoFloHomeProject.com. There you can also submit your own design disaster that needs my help. You never know, soon I could be knocking on your front door. Next week on SoFlo Home Project, hurricane damage to this home sparked a complete redesign. Don't miss this coastal-inspired transformation.